this way and that. But there's no wind on the moon.
Of weaponized anthrax that could have only been made by a United States military.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Who will be the new president of the United States in 2016? Will Hillary Clinton finally get the coveted position, or will some Republican like Ben Carson, Sarah Palin, or maybe even Mike Huckabee steal it out from under her? Or will we have a new president at all? Maybe Barack Obama isn't quite ready to give up what he considers rightfully his. What may happen in 2016?
Everywhere I look, there are reminders that I only hold this job temporarily. But it's a long time between now and 2016, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So anything can happen. Might that even include, I don't know, additional terms as president?
I have more campaigns to run.
More campaigns to run.
Well, great. Obama wants to run for a third term and establish his absolute dominance over our nation. I'm sure we all regret having voted him into office in the first place. A lot of good it does us now. But what if I told you one man knew about this in advance? One man had this all figured out. One man, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Everyone knows George Lucas as a visionary director and an absolute wordsmith with his genius dialogue, but what most people don't realize is he's also a strong supporter of conservative politics. In fact, in 2008, he was one of the leading contributors to McCain's campaign, and he's actually placed his views in a lot of his films, especially the Star Wars prequels. The Phantom Menace is the first episode, representative of Obama's first term. And it's important to notice that because Lucas is never doing anything unintentionally. Everything has meaning in the films. Look at how different characters are used. We have the Jedi, who are good, pure, everything that is right in the world, and this is a clear picture of the Republican Party. While equally clear, we have the Sith, who are evil, manipulative, and deceptive, and this is the Democratic Party. This idea of dualism is always present in Lucas's films, and he cleverly uses two characters to give a dualistic representation of Barack Hussein Obama. Anakin Skywalker gives us a look into Obama's past, while Palpatine shows us where Obama is now and what his future will ultimately be. Consider what we first learn whenever we are introduced to Anakin Skywalker.
Who was his father?
There was no father.
Raised without a father, exactly the same as Barack Obama. And on the other side of the coin, we see what Palpatine's position is. That's right, a senator, exactly the political office held in the early goings of Barack Obama's career. I think one of Lucas's struggles throughout the film is trying to rationalize why anyone would turn to such a leader as Obama in the first place. And I think he does that in this scene. It's a rather touching bit of the movie where Qui-Gon Jinn rescues fan favorite Jar Jar Binks from certain death on multiple occasions. Now, this leads Binks to have a debt that he feels can never be repaid. As Qui-Gon says,
He owes me what you call a life debt.
the fact is being highlighted that the American people do have a life debt. A life debt on the order of $18 trillion owed to various countries throughout the world. It's indicated that reliance on credit cards could have been the main contributor to the national debt.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
What was the response of the American people? To where did they turn in the midst of this tragedy?
They will elect a new chancellor. A strong chancellor. One who will not let our tragedy continue.
The American people were desperate. They didn't know what they needed, but they knew something must change. Enter Obama, and now we have experienced change. But when will it end? Consider the warning.
But you can't stop the change.
Once Palpatine gained power, he had to maintain it somehow, and in the film this was done through the use of an illegal droid army.
Begin landing our troops.
My lord, is that legal?
I will make it legal.
Palpatine parallels Obama in his willingness to disregard the law in order to achieve his ends. Obama's done this by creating his own private civilian army to carry out his will.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
So as we come to the end of the movie, we see Qui-Gon's body burn, symbolic of the destruction of America as we know it. And now, a new power is firmly in place. A power that is known as Barack Hussein Obama.